here, chances are you've heard of the famous 3-day potty training method. Some say it's a lifesaver, others say it's impossible. So what's the truth? Can you really ditch the diapers in just 3 days? Stick around because today I'm breaking down exactly how this method works, the pros and cons, and the 5 must-know tips to set your child up for success. Let's dive in. So, what is the 3-day potty training method and why has it become so wildly popular? The idea of it is simple. In just 3 days, you go from full-time diapers to full-time potty use, pretty much cold turkey. That means no pull-ups, no in-between steps, just straight into underwear and using the potty at all times. It's designed to work quickly by focusing on consistency and really providing a full immersion experience for your child. The idea is that they learn by their experience, lots of it, because they'll spend those 3 days at home, either bottomless or in underwear, depending on the method you choose, focusing solely on potty training, which in theory helps them make the connection between feeling the urge and getting to the potty in time. I can hear you now. Okay, Allison, 3 days isn't so bad. Sign me up. Before you get too excited, you should know that this method isn't for everyone. So let's talk about whether it's actually the right fit for your child. Here are some of the benefits of choosing this type of potty training method. The first is kind of the most obvious. If it works, it's fast. You could potentially be done in as short as 3 days. And even if more learning needs to happen, which it most likely will, at least you'll be totally done with diapers. Next, it's very structured. You follow a clear step-by-step plan, which makes it really easy to stay on track, and it's perfect for goal-oriented people. Finally, it actually creates a really great bonding time, and it seems a little bit intimidating, but it can actually be a lot of fun when you go in with the right mindset. You clear your schedule so that you and your toddler can spend these days together truly connecting, which can be really special. But as with everything, there are also some cons too. It comes with some high expectations, which can also equal high stress. The pressure to succeed in 3 days' time can become overwhelming for both you and for your child. And I've talked to plenty of parents who feel as though they somehow failed when their child wasn't completely trained at the end of those 3 days. Also, it's simply not for every child. Some kids need more time to adjust to changes, and that's perfectly okay. If your child struggles with transitions, has developmental delays or a disability of some sort, sensory processing challenges, or they just don't do well under pressure, this is probably not the best route to take. Finally, the method's promises can be misleading. Just because your child is out of diapers and you've laid a really strong foundation for new potty skills, it doesn't necessarily mean that they won't still have accidents or require active teaching and training beyond those first 3 days. Bottom line, this method can work, but it's not quite as magical as it initially may sound. It takes preparation, patience, and the right approach. Speaking of which, let's get into the 5 key tips to make it work. You wouldn't send your child to their first day of school without telling them what to expect, right? The same goes for potty training. Kids are creatures of habit and they do so much better when they have some idea of what to expect. So instead of choosing one random weekend to ditch the diapers when you have some time off, start preparing at least a few days ahead of time by reading potty books together, modeling potty behaviors with stuffed animals or a drinking wet doll or yourself, letting them pick out their new underwear or potty supplies so that they feel involved in the process, and making a fun countdown calendar to provide them with some advance notice of the upcoming change so that they have a chance to get on board with the process first. The more confident and excited they feel, the smoother the process will go. And here's a little pro secret that I'll share with you. There is no time that is too soon to start prepping your child for potty training. Just click the link below in the description to access my free webinar, 5 things you can start right now to make potty training easier, to learn how potty prep can start from as young as 6 months old. All right, parents, this is just as much about you as it is about your child. So before starting, here are some things to consider to make life a little bit easier during this extra busy time. Number 1, meal prep, so you don't have to cook and you can allow for more one-on-one time with your kiddo. Number 2, have your cleaning supplies at the ready because there will be accidents and this will make it easier to clean up and move on with your day. Keep a little cleaning caddy on hand that has your favorite disinfectant or stain remover, paper towels, rags, and even maybe some plastic bags for easy disposal. Number 3, set up a potty-friendly space that has easy-to-clean floors, so roll up any area rugs, put some puppy pee pads down over carpets, and use waterproof bed pads on furniture and mattresses to help mitigate the mess. Number 4, arrange childcare for siblings if possible, and this allows you to truly connect one-on-one with your potty learner and focus on the task at hand, as well as making this a special time for both of you. The moral of the story here, the fewer distractions you have, the better. Potty training is a big milestone, and kids respond best to positive encouragement and reinforcement. So please be sure to cheer for small successes, even if they're just sitting to try, and use fun rewards like stickers, high fives, or a special song and dance, whatever is motivating to your child. Because research shows that using rewards is a super effective way to encourage children to try non-preferred activities. And keep your accident responses low pressure. Just say, oops, let's try again next time. No shame or scolding is required. If you're focusing more on the positives, they are more likely to shoot for those positive behaviors. And this keeps your child motivated instead of feeling discouraged. On day 1, I like to have kids go bottomless, so they're wearing just a shirt with nothing underneath, or even totally naked if they feel comfortable. This helps them to recognize their body's natural urges more easily without having the safety net of a diaper or even underwear for that absorbency. It also makes accidents more apparent as soon as they start to happen to both you and your child, so that you can take action right away and potentially turn it from a mess into a success. Once they start getting the hang of it, you can introduce underwear on the second half or so of day 2 or by day 3 at the latest, so that they do get some practice in real life situations before heading back into their regular routine. By day 2 or 3, make some short outings, like a walk around the block or just a quick trip to the grocery store or the library. Now, avoid super stimulating situations like birthday parties or playgrounds for these first couple of attempts at being diaper-free out of the house, because this helps your child learn how to recognize their body's signals even when they're a little bit distracted in real-world scenarios, and to understand that part of the goal of this process is to keep their clothes clean and dry. Just don't forget to be prepared. You want to make sure to pack some extra clothes and a travel potty too, and you'll be good to go. The first question I get all the time is, does the 3-day method work for every child? Absolutely not. And this is not a negative reflection on your child or on you as a parent or a potty coach. Every child is different and learns in a different way. If your child struggles with transitions or resists change, a more gradual approach might work better for them. Be sure to check out my new video, How to Gradually Potty Train Your Child, which is coming next week, for more info there. The second question that I get a lot is, what is the hardest day of this process? It depends. Most kids struggle on day 1, but others will seem to do great at first and then have setbacks later. The key, no matter what, is staying consistent. Don't think that more accidents on day 3 than what you had on day 1 means that you need to go back to diapers. Your kiddo is looking to you for guidance and confidence, and when you stay the course, most of the time your child will get back on track in no time at all. The third question is, what if it's not working? If you're on day 3 and your child is still having frequent accidents, don't panic. Some kids just need a slower approach. You can always press pause and then try again later. Up to 40% of parents do this, actually. And my potty training survival guide teaches you how to plan for potty training at your child's own pace, so be sure you check that out at the link in the description. Please remember, every child is different, and more often than not, potty training is a process that is more complex than just this 3-day event. So whether you do this in 3 days, or 3 weeks, or 3 months, the most important thing is to follow what works for your child, and please don't compare yourself to others. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a tip. And tell me in the comments, what potty training method are you using? Let's chat below.